Alright, starting something new today here with 8.6 Solve Rational Equations Day 1. And today our rational equations take the form of proportions. So you might remember from previous years a proportion is when one ratio, that's a fraction or a way to compare values using division, when one ratio is set equal to another ratio. So because this basically looks like a fraction equals a fraction, it's called a proportion. And we're going to solve it the same way we've solved proportions previously as well, which is using cross multiplication. So that's the numerator of one times the denominator of another. In this case, that's 3 times x minus 7. I'm making sure to put x minus 7 in parentheses, so I use the distributive property to make sure it's 3 times all of that. And one cross product is set equal to the other one. So then that's 2 times 5x. So we end up with this equation. Distributive property on the left gives us 3x minus 21. Multiplication on the right, 2 times 5x is 10x. At this point, we can do a minus 3x on each side. Find that negative 21 equals 7x. Then a divide by 7 on both sides. X is negative 3. You can go ahead and check that back in the original problem. We especially want to make sure we didn't have an extraneous solution here, that neither of these denominators turn into a 0, but when negative 3 goes in right there, that makes negative 15. When negative 3 goes in right there, that makes a negative 10. So we're all good with that answer, as negative 3 is the solution. Number 2, so basically same idea here, a little more complicated because now we see there's a variable in the numerator as well. So when I start using the cross products, the first one is 1 times all of this. It's just going to stay the same. So I'm just going to put 11x plus 8. When I do the other cross product, however, it's x times all of that. So that's x times parentheses 2x plus 5. Remember, one cross product equals the other one. So the left side's looking good. I'm going to leave that alone for now, 11x plus 8, while the right side can be distributed. That's x times 2x is 2x squared, and x times 5 is plus 5x. I'm going to bring that left side down and save it. Now I'm looking at solving this equation, and it's a quadratic equation. So I'm going to leave the x squared where it is, move everything else over to that side. So that's a minus 11x. We'll go ahead and do it all at once, as well as a minus 8. And you can see how I lined up my minus 11x under the other x term. I lined up my minus 8 under nothing because there was not a constant term there. So that wipes out the left side, leaves us with 0 equals 2x squared stays the same. 5 minus 11 is negative 6x, and then that minus 8 just drops down, minus 8. I right away noticed they're all even, so I can divide out a factor of 2. And when I do that on the left side, of course, nothing happens. It still says 0 equals, but now each of these can be divided by 2. Going to make the rest of the problem a lot easier, because now I can factor this much more simply than before. And that's a product of binomials. X times x makes x squared. Now I need to multiply to negative 4, but add up to negative 3. I'm thinking negative 4 and positive 1 works out really well. That means each of those gets set equal to 0. And we end up with answers like either x is 4 or x is negative 1. A quick check to make sure that those aren't extraneous. You can check when 4 goes in up there. That's 2 times 4 is 8 plus 5 is 13. On this side, it's 11 times 4 is 40. 4 plus 8 is 52, so nothing extraneous there. And when negative 1 goes in, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 5 is 3. And when negative 1 goes in, that's negative 11 plus 8 is negative 3. So again, nothing extraneous about it. We've got 2 answers for that problem. X is 4 or negative 1. At this point, you can go ahead and work on the few practice problems for today. Upload it to Google Classroom when you're done. Thank you very much.